Hello, welcome. My name is Mr. Rogers, and you're watching the video notes for section 2-3, and which is on series circuits and parallel circuits. And this will be a fairly short video lecture here, but a couple basics here about circuits. We've been talking about electricity and how electricity flows, and now we're talking about how they travel through complete paths, those are actual circuits. And so there's two kind of major types of circuits we look at. Our first one here is called a series circuit, and a series circuit is where all the parts of a circuit are connected one after another, like in a series, one after another. And there's some advantages. It's very simple to make. There are also some very big disadvantages. The disadvantages being there's only one path for electricity to flow. So if any point is disconnected, the whole circuit will shut down. So in a lot of ways, it's actually not that advantageous for us to do that. So this is a series circuit, and we'll make one of these in a minute here. Our next type of circuit is a parallel circuit. In a parallel circuit, like the name says, the parts kind of run their own separate path. They're parallel to each other. So in a parallel circuit, each part of a circuit is on a separate path. So there are several paths for electricity to take. And so this way, if one part of the circuit breaks, the rest will still work. Your homes, anywhere you go that has electricity, typically are run on parallel circuits. Very few homes are run on series circuits. Sometimes you might remember Christmas tree lights run on series circuits. You break one and the whole thing goes out. Now, let's try to make a few of these circuits. So our first one here, we're going to make a series circuit. So we have our light bulbs. These would be like our resistors. And what we're going to do is, this will be our wire coming down from a battery, connecting to the light bulbs, and then it simply heads back to the other side. So the electricity is flowing in one direction as it goes through the circuit. So it's going through the circuit in one direction. It returns, I guess it probably would go the other way, but just the idea that it's going in one direction. So if I were to break this circuit, if it got cut, animal chewed through it at any point, now here, since there's a break, all of these light bulbs would go out. There's one more thing about series circuits I did not write down. So this would be very important for you to write this information down I'm about to say. Are you ready? Here we go. In a series circuit, when you add resistors or add more light bulbs, you're adding more resistance. So that's going to cause the electricity to, as resistance goes up, the current, the flow is going to go down. So we're adding more resistors, that current's going to go down. And so this last light bulb might be much more dim than the first one as we add more resistors. So in a series circuit, when you add more resistors, the resistance goes up, so then that means the current is going to go down. The flow of currents goes down. Okay. Also another disadvantage of a series circuit. All right, so a parallel circuit we have made for you, ready to go. And on here, we have our current flowing through. But now, electricity is going through separately. It has its own path to each light bulb. So each light bulb is on its own kind of complete circuit. And so if we were to break the circuit, let's say right there, this light bulb would go out, but the other two would remain on because they still have their own complete paths back to the power source. So that's another advantage of a parallel circuit. There's one more advantage, kind of big advantage to a parallel circuit. And again, this is something I did not write down for you to write, but I would write this down after I say it here. So another advantage of a parallel circuit is as I add more resistors, add more of these parallel light bulbs here, the resistance actually goes down. It allows electricity to flow easier. And I think you saw this with the straw demonstration from the other day. We try to blow through 4 straws instead of 1. It was much easier. So it's easier to blow through as we add these more resistors to it, it's pulling more electricity through because they're each on their own separate path. Another advantage of a parallel circuit. So as we add resistors, as we add light bulbs, the resistance goes down as we add more parts to a parallel circuit. Okay, so we're going to stop there on parallel and series circuits. Thank you for watching. We'll see you along the way.